No lo toques.
Okay. Yeah, that guy right there. First off, to your guys' right, my left. That is Chief Winnemucca. Born a Shoshone Indian. The Shoshone Indians were a very violent tribe. He would wear a stick or a bone through his nose. As he came out here, he ended up marrying into the Paiute Indian tribe. He married the chief's daughter, and out of respect, he passed down his name to him, which gave him the name Old Winnemucca. The Paiute Indians were very peaceful. After the years went by of him being married into that tribe, he started taking on true to heart of their ways and beliefs. That's why you guys are going to see him in a Union uniform. Reason being, he was the one back in the 1800s that kept the peace in the land between the how far the southern part went, but these are your northern. They're more known for their weaving skills. They weaved their own baskets, huts, storage, whatever they needed, they would weave it. Still till this day, there's two active Paiute Indian reservations. One is out by the Valley of Fire. I believe that's Mawapa. Yeah. And they're active. Okay?
Did you get it?
You got it. That far. It is named after him, though. Wow. He was more famous for his trading. He actually worked for one of the biggest trading companies that there was, and that was the Hudson Bay Fur Trading Company. That was a Europe-based company. This guy right here is Father Francisco Garcias. I like to call him my one-man army. He set a mission for himself, single-handedly when he came out here. That mission was to convert Indians to Christianity. I'm sorry, but that's not an easy task. I wouldn't walk into the middle of a tribe, no. He actually successfully did, though. He converted 24,000 Indians to Christianity. That's actually how he ended up. The reward was 1 penny. Yeah, back then that was a lot of money. He actually came across Kit Carson, decided not to turn him in, and became friends with him.
He's on it.
Yeah, as you guys come in, you're going to notice not a lot of room. Just a
he's on it.
Of how big the settlers were back then. Have any of you guys been to the Valley of Fire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, did any of you guys see the actual footprints that they saved from the settlers?
Yeah.
I put my hand next to it, my hand was bigger than that footprint. That's about how big they were. So to us this is cramped, but to them this was a lot of room. You're also going to see some man-made air vents around. Reason being, these mines were very deep. Back in the day in the 1800s, they were actually pretty intelligent. What they would do when they would come down, he had a pretty big mouth, and he ended up pretty much taking over, though. He let greed get the best of him. He ended up selling this mine for not even a fraction of what it was worth. He took that little bit of money, and he started a couple businesses. This guy right here is Jedediah Smith, more famous for his big game hunting. Back in the 1800s, they used yeah, that's what they really thought. That was Jedediah Smith's goal when he set out this way, was to find that canal. And on his way out, he got to Missouri. He got mauled by a bear. Survived. This guy right here, William Wolfskill. He's pretty much the reason why we had the Spanish Trail. He kind of set out on his own little voyage. On wherever he was going, that's where he was going. More known for actually hard. Just get a little more. This guy right here with the hat and beard. Yes, Brigham Young. Brigham Young, big in the Mormon community. His goal when he came out this way, basically to Utah, was to bring Mormonism out there for the culture, the religion. If some of you know the Mormon culture, back in the day it used to be a lot different. The males were allowed to have as many wives as they wanted. He was no different at all. Still stands. And it's just north of downtown. I think it's Sam Boyd Stadium down there. There's a little, there's like a little museum down there. That wall and there's that building.
Wow.
The guy standing next to him is Sonny Bono.
All right. I got you, baby. I'm just kidding. I got you, baby.
As you guys come around, you're going to see someone right in front of you.
Brigham Young.
Alright. This guy right here is our United States 15th president still being written. James Buchanan believed he was going to be the last president of the United States. Reason being, if some of you know the politics, back in the day, way back in the day, the Democratic Party split. It went north and south. James Buchanan was the one responsible for that. His goal, while he was in term, was to destroy all parties. That way, if you destroy all parties, there could be... Our 16th president coming into term, James Buchanan said to him, "If you are as happy of a man to come into this house as I am to leave, you're a very happy man." Yeah, that's our presidency for you. Alright, coming in just this way a little more, we have a couple more people.
I'm right here, babies.
First guy,
Mom's
standing
now.
up with the white and the holster. That guy is Kit Carson. Kit Carson, Carson City, Nevada, is named after him. There's a lot of stuff that has the name Carson out here. It's all named after him. Kit Carson, 9 different Indian dialects, not including English, Spanish, and French. Most people these days can barely speak one language. Yeah, and I mean, nowadays if you're bilingual, like, you're right up top up there. But that's a lot of, that's how much work he did with other people. You know? Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Abraham.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Don't be.
There is 2 people in here I'm going to talk about, but I'm just real quick. I'm going to say the 2 things that I'm going to talk about these 2 people is research that I did that I found interesting. The first one is Mark Twain. If you guys don't know who that is, I know some of you kids know his books. He's famous for writing books like Huckleberry Finn. He's the one that wrote that. In the 1800s, Mark Twain was working in his brother's newspaper company. He came up with an invention. He could print and press the papers. The only problem is this machine always broke. He took $300,000 to perfect this machine. Only thing is before he did perfect it, a more faster, efficient way to do it. They did a lot of business together. At one point, the miners were getting sick and dying. She decided to take her place of business and turn it into a home and started a guy. His name was John Milan. They brought him back out here and he claimed his innocence on the gallows. He said, "I was only an accomplice." They said, "Guess what? You're here already." And they hung him anyways. Mark Twain was actually there to witness that hanging. That's how close of friends they were, yeah. And pretty much what they're dressed in would be like the expensive clothing of... Right? Lincoln Logs. I'm just kidding. Pretty much, yeah, he freed the slaves, the Gettysburg Address. He brought a lot of nations together. If you guys want, completely up to you guys. If not, as you guys come through these curtains right here, we're pretty much back at the entrance. So, yeah. Oh, hi. You again. You want to come